guys!
Hiya!
Was I making the video already?
Yeah. No, we're still testing.
Yeah, I'll say.
In 3, 2, 1. Hey guys! Let's do it again. Hey guys! Why are you pulling me on the
It's not for the video. Hey guys.
Hi guys.
We apologize for this chaotic start. Since
Sorry.
not fill us in.
This is the beginning. Non-content creators.
No, this will be the beginning.
Yes,
Beninging.
Before we start the actual
Start the
video.
video. Alright.
Serious.
Hey guys, welcome to.
Wait.
I should not say welcome
What?
to my YouTube channel. I should not say hey guys.
You are the only person saying hey guys.
I don't know why you put
I've said hey guys already.
2, 1, action. Hey guys! You know I'm not going to edit this part out, right? I'm not going to edit. No way. It's the fun. It's part of the fun.
Okay, let's start. Cynthia, start.
Inner peace, guys.
Welcome to another episode of Marriage and Motherhood, or Journey to Motherhood. I haven't quite figured out a name for this series, but let's just call it what it is. But in this particular episode, I am joined by two amazing people. This is Love.
Hi,
That's
guys.
her name. Not like she's my love. Her name is Love.
My name is Love.
And this is Patricia, aka Mommy Tobo. I don't know why I just said that, but
Please scrap that. I beg you in the name of Jesus. Scrap it.
anyways,
Mommy, scrap it.
on this episode of Marriage and Motherhood, we'll be dealing with the marriage aspects to it.
Hi.
Before we start, I think we should give them one fun fact so that they get a picture of what we're about to do today. We're all non-Yoruba women
Yeah.
married to Yoruba men. We didn't plan it.
Nah,
We just have.
I actually did not realize something.
We did not realize at some point now, yeah.
Like-
You know, so we're going to be talking specifically about, you know how they say culture shock, but this time around, I don't want to call it marriage shock, but like,
It's
were
still
the things
culture
that you
shock,
expect?
yeah.
It's still culture shock,
Like
technically, yeah.
cultural differences.
Yeah, cultural differences. So we're going to be talking about, first of all, marriage as a whole, the things that we thought will happen versus what is happening. Then we'll now narrow it down to, is it inter or intra-tribe marriages?
It's inter.
Sorry, I didn't know English like that.
Oh,
Inter-tribe
please.
marriages and how it has been so far. I've been married for almost 5 years. With my family. Almost 4 years.
Yeah, same here. Same, almost 4 years.
See, I'm their grandmother.
Mommy.
It's almost like
It's almost the same thing because
It's not over for you now. Half a
Goodness,
decade.
almost like half a
Chill.
decade. Oh my goodness, you're surviving, right?
ignore these girls. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what
Like
they're talking about.
master class on how to survive the 5 years of
How
marriage.
to, how to survive with another man's child.
You know,
That's what I'll tag
right?
it. How to survive with
With another
another
one's
man's
child.
child.
That's not bad. That's actually
Very,
very
very
nice.
catchy title. People buy my book. Anyways,
Book. Wow. I
this
thought-
book I want to write. So no, book I need to make money. One copy 5K. Very cheap. Let's get serious. Like I said, that's what we're going to be talking about. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm going to ask questions, or let me ask questions, since that's how I do all the other series.
yeah, I think I just asked questions.
Yeah. Love, I'll start with you.
Okay, that's fine.
You know what? Let's just ask questions and if we have
Both
answers.
of you will answer.
What
Both
of you?
No, both of you will answer any
Both of
question. I
you?
know. I will
Yeah,
answer.
you also share your own.
I'll share my
bits of
own
the
answer,
host-
but I'm the one that will ask
yeah.
questions. If you have questions, you can ask. It's my show.
Okay, yeah, it's true,
yeah.
Sha.
Mm.
Welcome to your show.
Thank you very much. Love, for you,
Yeah.
what's the one thing, if you could pick one thing, I know that there are probably a number of things, but if you could pick one thing that you really looked forward to in marriage, you're like, let me not leave my daddy house now and go to my house. And when you got inside, it's all be like I'm buying market snacks. I didn't knew where this is gonna be. What's that one thing for you?
There's so many things. I'm just trying to pick which
What?
one it is.
Like I said, there has to be that way number.
Yeah. So I think that one thing for me that I would say maybe I thought would happen in marriage and that was shocked was the parts where you have to have like difficult conversations and the arguments part. So I also married all about, the mushy
Oh
The
bee,
my
butterfly in the
the
tummy.
butterfly in the tummy, pecks every morning.
goodness.
You know how Nigerian film like make
We'll
it
never
look
go
like
to
now?
bed angry.
Yeah,
We'll kiss
like
each
you
other
cuddle
before we go to
all
work
night.
all night.
Even that one, you're coming to that.
Fantasy. Didn't you guys read
Of
Harry
course,
Potter?
like that part of sometimes you have that season
I
in
mean,
marriage where
yes,
everybody's
exactly.
like all mushy and
Mushy,
lovey, but
mhm.
man,
Not you preparing for the hard conversations.
having difficult conversations, having to resolve conflict, and for me, I avoid conflict a lot. I avoid like facing issues or having conversations. I just like let it go. But in marriage, you have to talk about everything. So yeah, I think that's the part for me anyway.
What was it for you?
My sister, just like you said, conflict resolution. Oh Jesus. I thought in my head now, I'm like, oh, marriage, it's great, it's so beautiful, bed of roses. Even though they tell you, oh, marriage is not a bed of roses.
But nothing really quite prepares you.
You don't know. And this whole books on romance, love, all those things filled my head.
I'm going to let my child read
When
those
I
books.
entered it like this, it was a case of what I ordered.
But you guys, for anyone that is single, please don't get it wrong.
Don't get it wrong, bro.
There are those seasons in marriage where you're like,
Don't let them
go for
scam
date
you.
night,
Sweet
go for
stuff.
wedding parties together and things like that, and you get that all mushy. But
Sweet
yeah,
stuff. But
there is
like,
also
there
that
will also
those
be
times,
for the tough times.
and I think nobody prepared me for that, where you have to like sit down and have to resolve.
But really,
conflict.
do people really prepare you for this?
I don't think there's enough preparation. Like, even as we're saying it, you still would not enter the marriage prepared. Like, I'm equipped for.
I think
Because it's
marriage is
unique.
an experience.
What you are calling conflict resolution now. If I hear it, I'll be like, oh, that sounds easy. Mine is like, or somebody hears your own, like, oh, that's difficult. Mine,
So
not
it's quite difficult
it's
for every-
different.
it's different
Exactly,
for
it's
everybody,
unique
yeah.
for each couple. I think for me, same thing. But I don't. This one is not really specific to. It's specific to marriage. What are we eating today?
Hey! Oh my goodness! Even with timetable, sir.
I can't
believe-
relate to that one, to be honest, because my husband does all the things.
Bola!
You are blessed. You are blessed.
Nothing prepared me for. So I'm the one people
That
are now
will
asking.
think of
What
what
are we
everybody
eating
needs.
today?
Oh my goodness.
That question, and
Tell
I
me about
think
it.
that stands out for me because I'm not a very. I was telling someone recently, I'm not a very handwork person. If you put me in a room and say let's brainstorm,
Okay.
I'll come alive. But when you say let's learn baking, let's learn how to do makeup, let's learn how to cook, all those things.
All those hands-on things.
I've left the group chat since I've blocked their me, so nothing prepared me for, hey babe, what are we eating today?
Oh my goodness.
And the fact that I'll not even think of one thing, it has not saved me for the whole day because a couple of hours down the line was for lunch. Hey God,
There'll be dinner.
nothing prepared me for that. So yeah, that's it for me. The next question, I also narrow this one this time around to the fact that we're all married to Yoruba men. I'm talking about the culture shock. You're Igbo. I'm
You're
Edo
Edo.
State. I'll start with you.
Culture
Is
shock.
it,
Okay.
is it just one? Do you want just one, or you want like everything? Let's start from there.
Give us as many as we can
As
take.
they are coming.
Okay, that's fine.
As they are coming. Well, culture shock. I grew up in Ibadan.
Right.
I experienced some Ibadan culture,
A bit of the Yoruba lifestyle.
culture and all that, but it wasn't as. It's not enough. It wasn't enough.
To prepare you for
To prepare me
the
for
real
the
one you
real-
see in marriage. Marriage used to come with his own bundle. He does no
You didn't
bundle.
know.
I thought I knew.
Because you grew up
I grew up
among
in
them.
Ibadan. I spent all my life in Ibadan. I lived with people. I did that. God. Oh my
Did you ever
Do
experience?
you know I actually experienced it? I always, because I grew up in Ife, so I always thought that, oh, okay, I know everything about Yoruba, so like there's nothing that can shock me anymore. But I'm coming to tell you my culture shock.
I want to hear.
I don't even know where to start. Honestly, I really don't know where to start. Should I even say culture shock slash religion?
Okay.
In as much as we are Christians, we're both Christians. Doctrines differ.
Right. So you almost feel like
So
different
it's more
brands of Christianity.
culture slash doctrine.
Really?
Shock.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
attend a
deep.
Pentecostal church.
Mm.
I think Redeem is also a Pentecostal church.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Oh, okay, but you know they still have some
Doctrinal differences.
Yeah.
differences.
Right.
And you know, the very first time, let me just use this example. The very first time I went to see my parents-in-laws, and
You watch trouser.
Was that it? Yeah. Oh my god.
Why did you
Was
wear
it big?
trousers?
nobody told me.
Your husband didn't tell you. Your husband did not tell you.
You didn't give it hands on.
My husband
He didn't
he
mind.
didn't
Right.
You get
Right.
me? He was like, oh, you
So he
look
didn't remember
sweet,
to
you
tell
look
you. My
this,
parents
that."
remind though.
He did not. He didn't think of it. He didn't see it coming. He was like, people wear trousers and as we got to Shibu now. Thank God for his brother.
Right.
So his brother was the one that came to pick us that day. That's how his brother just signaled to him that, bro.
Maybe going to us.
Wearing trousers.
Wow.
And the next thing was we just moved to a shop, all those boutiques by the roadside, and my husband said, "Come, let's check out these skirts." I was like, "Okay,
Why are you checking out
what's
skirts?
happening?
Oh wow.
Like, what's
What a
happening?"
wow.
You know, your own culture shopping met you at the entrance
He's
of
meant
the
to.
marriage. Not like you enter inside.
I was like, "Okay, what's happening? I don't understand." "I'm just getting a skirt. It's so nice. You look very good in it." I'm like, okay.
So why are we changing the
So
skirts?
what's happening? Am I putting it on now? He said, yes, of course. I
Oh
said,
wow. Wow.
I wrapped my shokoto.
Oh my god. It, like she said, you
I
met,
love
your
my
own met
boss.
you
At the
at the door.
At the door of the
wrapped
marriage.
it, kept it, and I
wow.
got there. Oh, I was so the girl, you know. Oh, beautiful girl, fine girl. You know, I grew up in Ibadan. They're accustomed to kneel down to greet, so that one wasn't even
It came naturally to you.
Yeah, it wasn't difficult for you.
So it's putting for me.
It didn't come naturally for me.
Knelt down, greeted, and that was it. But then I kept thinking about it. That wait, really, why did I have to change my pants? It wasn't until maybe many years later, my husband and I were not talking about it. It was not like if I had one trousers then.
They will say you cannot marry our son.
Wow.
It would have been terrible because they were even having
And first impression.
they were even having second thoughts of Igbo.
Oh,
this,
so
and
that
you
would
know,
have now been like an extra.
Yeah.
Should people tell you say
Like
this
that.
thing?
Yeah.
I would say yeah, oh no.
My own is the food.
Oh.
So if anyone that grew up in a typical Igbo home, you know that we eat like eba almost every like
Yes,
eba is like
my
the standard
sister.
eba is the standard food for
Ghanaian
Igbo.
food.
For dinner.
And it's not even the eba, it's even the soup. Like Igbos eat like oha
Yeah.
or bono and things like that. Then there's a way Yorubas cook their okra where they make just plain okra and put stew on it.
Right.
Igbos don't make okra that way. We make our own with vegetables. Like
Oh,
we
It's
just-
always
Yeah.
rich now and now.
So before I got married to my husband, I always slander Yoruba okra. Like the okra is like a poor man's food. Like when I'm talking with my friends, or even like Yoruba okra is poor man's food. Like Yoruba food is trash. I would never like you know. I literally said I can never eat Yoruba okra. Like what kind of food is this? Like there's no nutrient and all.
Those.
That's how I married the man of my dreams.
No way.
I married my
Oh my
husband and we made okra. The first time I was cook okra. Is that plain okra? And I was like, oh, put stew on it. One day,
Wow.
I said, I'm sure that today, but I don't even know that. I was like, I really, is that how you want to say? That's how we eat the okra.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that kind
And
of.
I'm not just
I
like got
didn't-
married. I've actually eaten Igbo okra or the even though I
So
know
you had to be eating the Yoruba.
yes now,
Ah,
but it's
it's
like, normally
different
I'm not a
though.
fan of swallow or soups. I prefer like
So it was
rice
easy
and
to
all that.
transition.
So it was easy for me. So like, and the funniest thing is that the funniest cultural shock for even myself is that I now prefer the Yoruba okra.
Oh my goodness.
to the-
Yoruba people
Talk
say
about
to
I've
me,
been
"Why you about to
transformed."
pay around shit?"
Yeah, so it's the food for me, and even okay,
Yeah,
and I
become
even
more
tried to make the Igbo food for my husband. I was there trying
Okay.
to make like Igbo food.
Oh,
My man of God did not enjoy it.
it was
I think it was on how which soup did I make or one of those I can forgotten. It was like it's not very sure. Like really, really
wow.
Really, if you wanted to make soup for your husband for the first time, Igbo soup, don't make oha for them. Oha is not
Exactly,
Igbo
it's like
soup.
it's far.
I'm not sure maybe it's oha
You
or
should have started
Ogbono,
from
I
maybe
tried.
Ogbono.
I know the soup my husband likes that is Igbo soup. You know, there's a way Igbos cook their egusi that is like
Yeah,
different.
it's different.
So my husband likes that egusi that
Oh,
Igbo
Funny
egusi.
enough,
He
he
doesn't
my
like-
husband does not like the
Igbo
Igbo
egusi.
Igbo egusi. But you make it the Yoruba way.
Oh, my husband likes Igbo. He always says that even when they were growing up, they usually buy egusi from one Igbo man in their area. and
Oh,
stuff.
nice. Okay,
It's
so
like,
that
what
was-
is the food from? Like, I just never thought that I'll get to that point where I'm eating okra with stew.
Right.
And even enjoy it. Like, I'm enjoying it. Money God, my ancestors will not be proud of
You'll be
this.
shaking their head.
No. She's
Say
gone,
again.
she's
But yeah,
gone.
the food was a major culture shock for me.
Wow.
Then the other culture shock for me is that I don't know if it's all men or Yoruba men.
Okay.
I can't really say because
Okay.
I've only
We can
dated
testify
of
to
Yoruba
it,
men.
so
Yeah,
let's
is that Yoruba men they love to be respected. I'm not sure if you guys know that they love to be
See her
respected.
face,
Like,
see her face.
Yoruba men carry
the
respect.
man in the mirror. That's the song.
We've had lots of conversations where we are encouraging ourselves that
Oh my
we
God.
have married Yoruba men already.
We've
had lots.
I'm
where
like,
we-
wait,
Is
are we
it
disrespectful?
Like, I'm not
tribes?
disrespectful. It
I don't
almost feels
understand.
like the entire way you were brought up was
Was
disrespectful.
wrong. Yeah.
Yoruba
Like-
men, they love to be. When I married my husband, I just saw it that they love to be. I was like, is this like a Yoruba men thing or it's just a general thing?
I think it's a-
It's not your
no,
man.
I think it's a
I think it's
Yoruba
Yoruba
man. I
thing.
think it's a
I think it's
Yoruba-
Yoruba man thing.
I think it's a Yoruba man.
Yes. So that, of course, at the beginning of the marriage was really not like difficult for me to respect him, but the kind of respect where you have to, especially because me and my husband communicate in English, but when you want to communicate with them in Yoruba, where you have to use yeah.
You talk about this, and you told me that mine is quite indifferent.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So
I thought I was going to need to. You know, he's way older than me. So I thought I was going to need to say, but funny enough, he was very.
because I never really thought that. We are friends. Because when we gist, when we
Oh
talk
my
like friends. Like,
goodness.
we can whine each other,
I
yab each other.
know.
But when we want to communicate, we communicate mostly in English. My husband prefers English. Yoruba is not very, very. This
Right.
whole-
Okay.
Yeah, so we prefer to communicate in English. But whenever I want to speak Yoruba and I have to like communicate with him, he prefers. But the first day he said, I thought he was joking. I was like, oh, do you want me to use F for you? It was like, oh, is that a problem? And I'm like, eh? Are you serious or you're
I
joking?
cannot believe that we're talking about this.
And I saw his face and he was like, he's not joking.
Yeah.
No, at least you asked, right? Mine demanded. He told me, you can't be calling me. I'm older than you.
So the culture,
You know-
because in my house, my mom does not like even when they come this in Igbo. and all
No,
that, yeah, they don't have that. My mom
there's no-
respects my dad, but there's no like that obvious
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
Like my elder brother.
Yeah.
So coming into that place where I have to do that, I was actually really shocked. But I'm just glad that we mostly communicating, so we can.
So
always,
that doesn't come
It
up.
doesn't come up in our conversation, and we can always. But if we have to, we just have to use it. But yeah, I've had to just adjust to that.
I know, right? I know.
I can't really
I know,
say
tell-
that
oh,
I've
God.
had plenty shocks per se. I think it's because my husband's personality. So before when he was going to take me to meet his parents, before we met, he already sort of like gave them a heads up that I'm not bringing in Yoruba babe. So
Don't expect
her to do all the Yoruba thing. And my in-laws, relatively so far, I don't think I've really had one time when there was one big, we don't do that here or something like that, hardly. And then for food, I cannot relate to that one at all because for some weird reason, my husband prefers,
He
not
prefers
just
your
like
food.
prefers the food, Igbo
yeah,
food,
it's,
the Edo food. First of all, I don't make our Edo delicacy per se because apart from Ogbono, right? Ogbono, funny enough, that's like one of his best soups. Ogbono soup. What are we using today? Like, can we do Ogbono? Therefore, I've never had to make it the Yoruba way. I make it with ugu. And he's fine, he likes it.
That's it.
He likes it. I make it with just ugu and fresh pepper. Then
don't have
he's not. I mean, so weirdly, since I married my husband, I don't think we've ever eaten the Yoruba okra. Maybe once or twice. It is ila lasiko.
Yeah,
The Igbo
I
okra,
know
yeah.
that.
That's how
Yeah,
it
you
is.
get it, girl.
Even recently
Oh
now,
my
we go to
goodness.
Kazi meat
Oh.
and he likes it. So then, really, we've not had the air conversation either. I thought it was going to be an issue because, like I said, he's about 9 years older than I am. So when we were cutting, in my hair, I just always had it at the back of my head that this guy is just being all sweet and friendly because he wants to marry you. When you reach marriage, you will remind you that me and you were not mates. But I don't think there were times when we had issues, and I would say, you're talking to me like I'm a child. And he would say no. I'm simply having a conversation, adult
my
to
wife.
adult. So I now realized it was probably that my fear that was projecting into the conversation. So I was seeing a disrespect where there wasn't really any. So, but I still remember that we've had lots of fights where I used to say, I don't feel respected. I feel like you're talking to me like I'm a child. And he's just saying, no, I'm just looking out for you. And I think it's natural for him because, like it or not, he has seen life years ahead of me. So when he's talking, Me, I want to talk from the level of Ajowa. But he's talking from my experience and he's telling you, I don't think you should do it that way. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you know? I think I remember one time when we were cutting and I said, I want to date guys my age. He said, that was one of his.
You can't stress that
He said,
no,
Baba said, he said, no problem. I just know that I will marry you. Okay? You want to take a break? It's fine.
See why
I said, no, so I take a break and all these other men. And he said, it's fine. I said, wow. I said, is this confidence for me? I felt insulted by the confidence. I said, like not to make
Not that you bring up.
What do you mean? So you're so sure? Keep my law, my father. What do you mean? You know,
guys,
I don't born one, you know, so I can't really say that I have plenty.
You forgot now. There is no man out there. The street is crazy.
Oh my goodness.
The street is rough. Make I hold this one. Where I get, I won't have time. So, now, I want to ask this one, but I want to bring it to motherhood. But still in relation to marriage in terms of how we handling it vis-a-vis our spouse. What's the one thing after you had a baby, or what's the expectation you had, like when we have a baby? Me, for instance, I just thought that we're going to bond because he's going to love me so much for bringing in. So this last question, it's more like about motherhood, but I want to ask it in the context of how it affected your relationship with your spouse. Now, I don't mean affecting negatively. You know what I mean. So let me give an example of what I mean to explain properly, so you know how to answer.
Okay.
I had this expectation that when I have this baby, a little him is going to love me, he's going to treat me like egg, you know, like because I brought a human being out of my body, you know. So I had so many expectations. I had this rainbow and I'll be floating in the sky. He would come, carry the baby,
worship your feet.
He'll tell me, go and get some rest, sleep. I got it covered. And my baby, nothing prepared me for how much the baby would cry and each person will say, I don't tire, your turn.
Nobody, nothing prepares for that.
So I want to ask I want to ask it in context of how you navigated it with your spouse still being priority and all of that. Like, you guys get what I'm asking, right?
Who are you asking? Are you looking at me?
I'm starting from you.
It's actually very difficult, to be honest, and I'm even still learning that till now. I won't say I've perfected it, but I would say that it's the first few, did I say months? Because we started living together when she was about 5 months old. Because we're not together for the first few months. Yeah, it was very difficult because sometimes you just get so tired from the whole. You know, you guys know how motherhood is now, like attending to the child and all that. Then you still have to like attend to your husband. It's not even about the husband and wife thing. It's about the fact that maybe they just want to have conversations with you, spend time with you, and you're just tired from using the whole afternoon to do your own personal work and motherhood. So it took me. I'm still there, like I said, but it just took me having been intentional about it, and it communicated like sometimes I feel like I'm prioritizing other things as per my work and motherhood, and it doesn't feel
very loved.
Yeah, and my husband is very big on quality time. My husband is big on let's sit down together. Watch TV.
Look at that.
So
you're married to an ice cream. Just be licking your husband.
He loves quality time. He enjoys like let's just sit down on the sofa at night, watch TV, gist it. Even if the movie is not very interesting, they just watch it and gist about it. Just bond, she gets. But me, once it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock,
I just want to sleep. I've had a tough day of mothering.
Let me go.
Let me rest.
We've had it, and when we say some of the biggest fights in food that we've had in our marriage, it's about the fact that I'm always tired at night sleeping. So I started explaining to him that, see, this guy, I will not lie to you, this motherhood thing is really stressful. And thankfully, I also had seasons where he's also taking care of the child, so he also knows that it can be a lot of work. But he's just saying that just try, I beg, like just try. If not,
that's the intentional.
So yeah, what I've learned is just that even though I spend the whole day with her, I also try not to exhaust myself. I just try and choose my battles with my toddler. Like if I think she's doing that, I know that this thing will not hurt her.
It's not you.
Let her just do it.
Let me save some strength.
Thank you. And there's some days that my toddler will just go to bed with cereal because I don't want to exhaust my strength to start cooking for her or making food for her. Just eat something and just go to bed. So I just try to choose those things and try to make time. But like I said, I'm still learning this thing. We still have days when I'm just very tired and I'm not making enough time for my husband. But yeah,
Mm.
that's it. Yeah. And, yeah.
It's actually the other way around for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it is because most of I'm the one craving quality time.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he's out, he's busy. I'm with this guy, and oh my god, you know, Togo now. That
It's a
beautiful
handful.
star seed.
It's a beautiful handful.
Handful, yeah.
Ah, God. So sometimes I'm tired. That part where he said, oh, he's always like, oh, there's no time for me and all that. I don't feel loved. Like he said, yeah, he mentioned it one time. That was during our early years of during my early years of
Being a mom, right.
it was stressful because I was always with him.
Right.
You get, and I did not have the time for
Anything
him
else?
and all that. Like, guy,
I barely even have time for me.
for me, exactly. So I'm like, you know what? I have to. He's like, no, you don't have. So the way he would even say it, I'm like, oh, Papa, you don't even know how tired I am, Charlie.
Yeah.
Like I'm exhausted mentally, physically.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I just want to
sleep. I just let go of all this
Leave
Try to
stress.
me.
remember that word when they say a mom is I'm touched out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Like
Now
you don't want
that is
anyone to
it.
touch
So
you
sometimes
anymore.
like this.
Don't touch me.
Yeah. So he and thankfully he got
And when you're
that.
trying to be romantic and you just say, my wife, I'm like, I got it, but
Yeah.
It caused fight at first. Like, what's the meaning of that?
You're already like
I'm
overstimulated
what's
from
that?
the touch from your
Exactly.
touch.
But
Like,
then, because I was mentally exhausted, I didn't even know how to put my thoughts together. Then, like, I'm touched out. So there was no word for it. Instead, I was just irritated. Like,
Right.
I feel
Why?
that it's
Don't
like
touch
you
me.
spend the whole day someone
This one
touching
too come
you, you
suck,
touching people,
suck
then your
on
husband
my-
and wants
suck
to just like
on my
breast,
breast.
just
Like,
let
bro,
me
bro,
be.
just leave
please,
me.
please.
So it got to a stage we had to, give it the word touched out.
Right.
And he was like, okay, you're touched out. And I said, yes, I am. Please, can I just be? Like, can you just take the
just
guy? so
Let the moms breathe.
and you can't breathe for long. That's the thing. If you, in fact,
Even
2
without
minutes,
the person calling you to say, come and carry your baby.
You would come
there's,
out.
there's just the conversations you'll be hearing. Or the way the baby's you don't
just bring the
Bring
guy.
the baby.
Yeah,
Just bring-
mentally, that's like just bring my
Just
Just
child.
bring
bring
the
the
child.
baby.
Or maybe you just want to sleep and the next thing you're is the child crying? No. Phantom cries and all those things.
Yeah.
Your mind
You
is
just
just
focus.
So whenever some people, some mothers say that they're losing their mind in motherhood, I'm like,
yeah.
actually,
I can relate. I'm right there with you, sis.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
So how are you guys navigating you and your husband? How are you guys like now? You're still in the journey,
We
yeah?
are still, honestly, we've not figured it out. per
100.
se.
I think everybody
But-
really hits that point when I say, now we're so in sync, it's just so
No,
perfect. I
let's
don't think
move
so.
on, let's
Like,
want to lie
to be
to
honest,
each
even
other.
me, we are just still anymore. What I've just resolved in my heart is that just choose your battle with this girl and not overwork yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I've learned to just do what I can.
Yeah,
Right.
the most
Because-
important
right.
ones,
I
yes.
know I've learned to just because then I was this macho, I want to do everything.
Yeah.
And he was just looking at me like, do now, do keep doing.
Agree.
And then it got to a stage I was like, you know what? I'm losing my mind actually.
Right.
I can't be creative, I can't do anything.
Right.
You know what? Let me just take it easy on myself.
Right.
I can't be perfect.
Exactly.
I can't
Exactly.
be perfect. So
I'm right there with you. In my own case, let me tell you, this one was actually a major issue that we had to go see our mentors about. My husband said his exact words was that I am obsessed with our daughter. Now, my own case was unique because after her birth, I had the issue with my leg.
Yeah,
So the fact that I could not go out, first of all, meant that
you
247
were
I was
there.
with my child.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the two of us, and I would always look at her as, I gave up so much to have you. I even lost my leg. I would stare into her eyes. She would be on the bed and I would just be over her like this, just looking into her. And he would walk into the room and I would not even acknowledge
That is
that
Yeah.
the person walked in. And I had no clue I was doing it. Because he's very, you guys know my husband is very, if he starts to complain, let me say, you see, don't they here, so he was just taking it in, till he opened up, he talked to our mentors and then he mentioned it that my wife is obsessed with our daughter.
Wow.
I like that word
You
obsessed.
didn't realize it.
Till he
Oh my
noted,
goodness, obsessed is
he
such a
said,
strong
do you know, when he said, do you know that when I walk into the room, you don't even flinch. Like, it's not like you say, oh, you walked in and then you go back. You don't even flinch. I mean, I think of it.
That's true.
It's almost like, in his words, he felt invincible. So he would, and because of the nature of his job and him always traveling, so he would come back saying, "I've missed my child. I can't wait to come,"
Yeah.
And then he would just see two of us all. Let me tell you guys, I'm going to confess how bad it got. I used to call him back. You don't get. We're sleeping on the bed and I'll put my hands on her.
And your husband was
And my
there.
husband was right there. I had no clue how far gone I was. He mentioned it without mentioning. I'm like,
My sister, I can relate.
okay, right. So it took a lot of intentionality to come back from that. That was when I started.
detaching
That was when I
yourself from
decided when we talked about doing a hub for moms. I wanted to channel this passion for motherhood into something else. So I started channel it into. I'm just gonna help other moms. Let's just share tips. Let's talk instead of channeling it into. It was so intense. You know this thing, I used to hide behind meal prep. I'm doing meal prep, trying to give her healthy food to give my husband just anything to eat.
Oh, I see.
But if I table my daughter's food, as in the green pepper is fresh, and then when I now finish tabling for her, then I'll say, I should want that soup from yesterday. There was no intentionality towards let me make a meal for my mom. It was let me make up the thing of making. This morning, let me blend chicken breast. And you can't touch the chicken breast in the freezer for what? It's for it was that bad for me. So it really affected our relationship. But he was so understanding. Like I said, he never nagged. It's a good thing. Sometimes I feel like guys be talking more.
Yeah.
But he was really calm about it. But then it took a lot of working back intentionally for me to get back to the point where he's the priority. He's a child, but he's my spouse because. I think one of the most powerful things I've heard about marriage and family is you have no say about who your sibling is, who your parent is, but you consciously choose your spouse.
Yeah.
It's the one thing you had full control over. Nobody got to say, all these children in heaven, give me that one. God gave you a child and you just loved it. It didn't matter whether the child was bald, whether the child had a hair full of hair, it just came. But this one person, you had a chance to choose. And you chose this
Somebody's
person.
child.
So be intentional about it.
Yeah.
Nobody gave you. You picked. So that's when I heard that statement.
The children which are probably
They'll
it's just you and your spouse.
You and the man, so I took a lot of intentionality. So now, even if I'm engrossed with work, now it's not my daughter anymore because like I said, I've backtracked from that. So I'm pressing laptop, he walks into the room. I consciously
acknowledge that
a human being walked in and somebody that I love and care about. So
I think it's common amongst first time moms, I guess, because I also did that. I was more obsessed with my child, but I think I don't know about you, but I think me, I diverted all my love. My husband said he just carried all the love
and gave it to his child.
He's my child too. He's our child. You know, it got to the stage I was possessive of him. Of my child.
He has to be reminded that it's our son. Right.
Our child, our son. So I think some first time moms actually go through that. You know, we've not been moms before. This is our first time.
Yeah,
some would push something out of us,
everything right.
We don't want to make
miss any
mistakes
step
and all that. We've prepared. We had a long list. I had like list of things I wanted to do for my child and all that because I don't want to make the same mistakes I've seen other people make.
People made, or that my parents made with me. I wanted to do better.
Yeah, that's just
they need to do better.
Yeah,
you are now almost neglecting your spouse.
Exactly.
But it takes intentional. It cannot just fall in place automatically. Once you have a child, it takes intentional work to say, you know what, I have a husband, and my husband comes.
I chose this person. I'm going to
and I have to put them first. Yeah.
I think they said in the hierarchy of family, it's your spouse.
Yeah. After God is your spouse, before your children.
Your children.
Sometimes someone said if your house is burning,
it's your spouse first.
Your spouse is carry your spouse out first.
Yeah.
There's this. The kids. It's your spouse first. Actually, the kids. I heard that. Initially, I was like, that's so weird. The kids, they're so helpless. But then even on airplanes, they tell you, put mask on yourself first before you try to
share.
So it's the same principle for marriage.
True.
I when we had this conversation, and I feel like I want to wrap it up with. I want us to each say one thing that you something just like a word of advice. I didn't want to use the word advice. Maybe like say where you don't grow, you should give advice.
Or you don't have
What's
a
the
decade
word?
of marriage. Have a decade of
Mama,
marriage.
you be now.
Alright, so we're listening to you
mentor.
since I was
You be our mentor.
What's the one thing, if you could say to a newlywed slash a new mom, what's the one thing that you would say to them? Be it in regards of in the context of marriage as per their spouse or motherhood, or let's say one of each, one for each.
Motherhood and marriage.
And
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah.
I think we've already talked about the first one where you have to just put your spouse first
Right.
after God. And the other one as per motherhood is that you should just learn to choose your battles in motherhood.
Yeah.
As a mother, don't try to do everything.
Right.
Right, like just choose your battles, pick the most important things and do
Right.
them. I think that's what I would just say about one thing.
I agree.
That's true. Like you can't be too perfect in motherhood. Like there is no one size fits all for for that.
That's a very
Because
important.
each child is unique.
It's unique.
Like
That somebody says my child eats eba 3
this,
times a
and
day.
you want to make sure your child eats a bar too because see as that
My child is looking healthy. Is the
Try
eba.
this Instagram era where people are making
Thank
fun of their
you.
children.
Girl.
And their
Thank
children
you.
are like,
What's my
"Oh,
toddler eating today? God, you got that.
What's my toddler takes to
Sorry,
school
my toddler is going to money, money,
get ready with me.
As I take my toddler to the park.
And
And your toddler is out there eating cereal like 3 times a day.
don't be pressurized to do everything.
That's
You see,
sound work,
and
man.
whatever works for like please don't overdo because you would be exhausted. I'm speaking from experience. You will be exhausted.
Yeah.
You'll be exhausted mentally, exhausted spiritually.
Yes.
Trust me, if you are exhausted mentally, you are exhausted
Do
spiritually.
you guys
Because
remember when we
you
said
will-
let's take 1 hour to be praying? Because
Yeah,
I cannot remember
where
the
is-
time
where
when
is the 1
I can't
hour
remember
now?
the last time we talked about it. But
Yes, I remember.
the last time
We
when
prayed. Where
I
is the 1
prayed
hour that is?
long.
Where is the
Fresh.
1 hour?
Ah, God,
So
you'll be burnt out.
You'll be burnt out.
Every aspect will be
See,
affected.
overkill. You want to avoid that. Please don't do more than your body can. If you were doing that before you became a mom or before you even got married, it also applies to marriage too. Before you got married, please. It's no longer you anymore. It's
Yeah.
now two of you.
Yeah.
Then including your
The
child.
yeah.
If God now helps you give birth to twins and
And if you're not okay, you can't be there for these
darling.
people that you
Yeah,
are burning
that's
yourself
it.
out for.
That's it. So you please take care of yourself. That's
it.
just it. As a mom, as a woman,
And as a wife.
and as a wife, please take care of yourself. Your sanity, your mind, your
Right.
spiritual life. Please just
Right.
please do take care of yourself.
I feel like you guys have covered pretty much
Everything.
the cocoa. There'll be some other stuff, but like we said, that's why even though we all had marriage counseling, we still feel like nothing prepared us for it. And it's because those people could share from
Their experiences,
But then we got into the marriage and had different experiences.
experiences,
So the core stuff, the things that would remain the same no matter the marriage, is the put your spouse first. Don't burn yourself out. You can't be there for them if you are not
There for yourself.
you have to even be there for you to be there for them.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so and that comparison thing you mentioned, goodness, I feel like I need to sound it again and again because I almost fell into that trap too. You know, the whole you would watch one recipe on Instagram and you see the child
Picking their
and then you'll be
plate
feeling
and
like,
stuff.
you know,
am I doing the right
there was
thing?
even some points where I was even feeling like I was not feeding my husband well enough.
Wow.
You know, my husband is very lanky. I was feeling like
Oh.
after, you know how you see some people they'll post
Before marriage.
before marriage and
and
after.
after,
So I was feeling like,
goodness.
oh, anyway, why is he like, Baba? He was so dead.
Leave the man.
Till I went to go and check my wedding video and I saw my father-in-law and I'm like, I'm not the problem.
This is James.
Maybe I'm not the problem, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Give, and then another thing I think I want to say, give grace to yourself.
Yes.
You will make mistakes, and
Actually.
I feel like we're too obsessed with.
Being
I want to
perfect.
get it
It's
right.
perfection.
That's
and-
what she
and
said,
that's
yeah.
It's very okay to make
Perfect.
mistakes. The first time I ever dated Oyin, she chopped soap. Oh. making it. Where do I want to?
When do I know how to make
She chopped soap. You know, yeah, soap and
Oh my
man.
goodness,
I remember brushing to WhatsApp to send a message to someone. I was like, I just made a baby. You know, and she was like, she will be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't understand how she could be so calm about it because she has given birth to two, so she knows that she'll be fine. She will be okay.
Someone that was
You know,
doing
but me, I was
water.
like, hey God, soap. You know, so calm down.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to make mistakes. It is the, you know, they say experience is the best teacher. It doesn't have to be your experience. It's okay if it's your experience.
Experience.
Yeah.
Actually.
So like, and then I also want to highlight what you said. Thank you, Pastor. If today there's a time I can say it, I'm not ashamed to say it. There's a time when my daughter's daily meal was oats in the morning, Cerelac in the afternoon, conflicts in daily morning in the evening. Why? Because I tried. And you guys know I make delicacies. Her first year of her life, she was accepting those things. And all of a sudden, she just switched up on me. She wasn't taking those my puree. She wasn't taking anything. You know, so at some point, I was just feeling like a bad mom. There's one particular, I don't want to mention the Instagram one. It's like I'm targeting her. She does amazing. She has a toddler son. She say, eat with. The name of her page is eat with. So. She would. The child will eat turkey. The child will eat eba. The child will eat fufu. And the boy was 2 going to 3. I was like, this kid, I age mate. Why are you like this? So at a point, I almost started to look at my child like, why are you like this?
Yeah.
Before I thought of this,
pressure on your child.
My mom would now teasingly say it. You were eating as a baby.
Yeah.
And I look at it, I'm alive now. I'm okay. I grew up to be an adult. And, you know, and I just
thinking adult.
You will not have a 15-year, except person is anorexic. You cannot have a 10-year-old, 15-year-old that will not eat.
Yeah.
They will eat.
They would not,
but they will feel hungry
forever.
Yeah. You know, so they will not eat forever. So if you're in that phase right now, relax.
Please just calm
Be
down.
okay.
It's a phase, actually. It's a phase. It's all phases.
And then for the spouse aspect to it, the intentionality, you cannot say it enough because life do used to get tough.
Yeah.
There are times when you would not feel like doing the husband and wife thing.
Honestly.
But make sure that even at that, with the exhaustion and everything, make sure you're communicating it.
Yeah, communication.
If you're not communicating it, if your answer, let's say for some period, like the period when we're talking about being touched out, if you will not properly
there will be assumptions.
There'll be room for assumptions. There will be unnecessary conflict. You guys just realize you don't really know why you're fighting. You just know that you're not getting it. You know, so that's intentional.
And that way you'll begin to like drift apart.
You'll be drifting apart, and before you know, you'll be roommates.
Yeah.
You will not know. You just become daddy and mommy.
Yeah.
You're no longer Dion and CY. You're suddenly Alpha, babe. That has finished.
Yeah.
Alpha, babe. What are
it's
we
now
doing
a parenting
now?
relationship.
Exactly. Thank you. That's the word. It's to become a parenting relationship. There's no longer actual relationship, and that's where you started from. Because there, I mean, I've heard the first lady I interviewed that said that her husband was so chill with them not having kids because he said, when I married you, it was because I want to marry you.
I think I
children were the extra. They were so I think we always need to remember that children are like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, actually.
Where will the icing stay?
The cake, so they have to be foundation. Yeah. Thank you for that.
That's nice.
Thank you so much.
That's
why you're 5 years like that.
Yes, we're asking Mama. Now you're supposed to call Mama. Mama.
It's funny, this 5 years is too far. December.
It's 5 years.
It's 5 years.
We are going to be 4 years.
Yeah, but we just make this thing longer than it should.
So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that you're able to learn 1 or 2 things. TV, come your way again.
And this time
you're about to leave me. I'm be going.
No, we can go and meet her and do the thing now.
UK.
You and K.
UK.
Let's do a Europe tour.
Yeah, get ready with me.
Girls trip that door is to leave WhatsApp chat.
This one will leave the WhatsApp group.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Till I come your way again next week, next month. I don't know, I'll try to be consistent, but till I come your way again. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.
Bye.